Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to make a quick overview video, also talk about some of the other stuff I'm going to add before this update drops, and then lastly I'm going to talk about the actual day that this will drop, so you know when you can get on, when you can play this, when you can set up multiplayer, all that. So first of all, if you haven't been watching stuff in a while, what has been added in this update is mainly content for the Vatican City. The Vatican City is getting their focus tree. That's Italy. Vatican City has gotten the focus tree. If you remember in the last update, I added all of these guys. I added San Marino as well. I added Liechtenstein and etc. So Vatican City is going to be the first one of those to actually have some content. And it's quite fun to do. Just a nice little side project, you know. And there's three other main things. The other main thing is the coups. So Bulgaria now gets its Fatherland Front coup, Romania gets its coup, and Hungary gets its attempts to get out of the Axis. This is all historical stuff that really happened, and it will make it a little bit harder for a German player, because I know as of now it's pretty easy to win as Germany. Germany is not quite balanced, so that's definitely something to look to and try to fix in the future, but this is like a pretty good first step in that. Next up that's been changed is the Balkans. Like always, the Balkans are getting changed. Albania now is going to get a different name, a different flag, and a different color, and a different leader, depending on who controls them. When Italy collapses in civil war, it will flip to Germany, as it did historically. And the same is actually true for Montenegro. Montenegro will become occupied Montenegro, and it has its own leader as well, its own color. And these colors have the same kind of like style as the UX commissariats, where they're like a drained color of their former self mixed with the occupier's color. So for Italy, it'll be more green. Albania will be definitely very green because it's a personal union. But just think of a green tint, and then when it is Germany, they'll just have a gray tint. So everything will just look more dried out, more faded. Also added was occupied Macedonia. So now when Bulgaria does collapse, Germany will have the option to spawn in an occupation zone right here. They want to take this off of Bulgaria's hands. So that is very cool. The same is true for Thrace. Thrace will be snatched up by whatever is left in Greece at this point. It paves the way for our partisan mechanics, which are coming in the next update. I'll put a roadmap on the screen right now if you haven't seen it before. But Yugoslav partisans and other partisans are going to be a very big focus of the next update. Now lastly, the Kingdom of Egypt and Sudan were added. You can see the borders have been changed here. I did add this little snake bit that Sudan has, and then this as well. This is correct, by the way. Haha. I changed the states of Suez to be skinnier. In the base game, it goes out to like here. It looks very ugly. Good job, Paradox. And now, of course, they're independent. Barely. They are a dominion, which is pretty much independent in this game. They don't have any content, unfortunately, but it is a nice first step. And then for Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, it is condominium, but it is massively owned by Britain. They have the most influence here, and they also have resource rights here. Yep, there you go. You can see, and I've added resources here as well. I've also added resources to Kursk, just because Kursk had nothing in the base game, which is quite weird. So that's done now, and that's about it for major changes. This also is testing out the colony feature that should make this place unplayable and help with performance. It'd be interesting to see how that works out. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. There is a couple of minor stuff too, and we're actually going to go to the Discord server. If you didn't know, this is a place where you can suggest a lot of stuff, and I'm going to show you what has been added from here. First of all, this is a suggestion right here. When the Pope dies, make the non-aligned leader this. That has been added, so I'm going to change this to added to the game. Italian puppets and colors, that was a big one. This is what I was just talking about. Now Guantanamo Bay has also been added. This is a cool state for the United States. They just own this, and they also changed some cities in Cuba as well. Very neat change, and that was suggested here. So let's turn this into added to the game. This suggestion for splitting Macedonia has also been added. Let's confirm this. Add this to the mod. And the auditor over here saying, make Croatia and Slovakia satellite autonomy. Look at all this evidence for this. This has been added as well. Operation Panzerfaust. This is by Wind and Freaky Chill, apparently. This was also added. So was Operation Marguerite, by the way. but now I can make this added to the mod. We have Winton Freaky Chill again, asking for Egypt. This has also been added. And yeah, so now if we click on this, you can see all of the suggestions from the community that have been added to the game. This is very cool to see. I'm happy for all of these people who put these down here so I could actually remember these and look through them at my own leisure. It's very nice and it's worked very well. As you can tell, I've added a lot of these to the game, and it's a nice way to have a little bit of impact on the game. Look at all these. So that's what has been added so far. The only thing I want to do now before release is, of course, finish the Vatican focus tree. That needs to be finished. Also, look, these are all crosses. How neat. And I also want to split just a couple more cities. I was thinking of London, of course. I think London is overdue for a city split. And small splits to Bucharest, small split to Sofia, small split to Belgrade, small split to Budapest. Just to round these out, make these more similar. Just like Prague, how Prague is split into two. Probably just like that. Not anything very major. And I also like to do the same for Madrid. So look forward to that. That's probably going to be the only other feature other than the focus trees that's added after this video. So that will be probably the last video I make about this before the actual release date. And now let's talk about that. If you've skipped all the way here, then hey. The release date is going to be pretty soon. It is currently, as of recording this, Sunday, May 11th, 1:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm planning for release next Friday. So that's going to be May 16th, and it'll probably be, I can't really say an exact hour, but May 16th is going to be the day. So it's just very, very soon. I'm excited to release it. The first thing I'm definitely going to do, and I don't know how many of you will do this as well, but I'm definitely going to try to do a world conquest as the Vatican just for LARP. That would be really fun. Maybe try to form the Roman Empire as them, something like that. And then we can see how these coups work in action, and then I can finally get started on update 2, which is going to be the partisan update, the peace deal update, a very big one. And after that's done, we can finally work on China. So I'm very excited. That is where we are. That's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at a release date on Friday, May 16th. So just so you know, that's going to be the day. If there's any questions you have, please leave them in the comments. If there's any suggestions you want to add, please, like I showed you before, go to the Discord server and type them out there. Much more likely to look at them, much more likely to respond to them, much more likely to confirm them. And as you saw, much more likely to add them. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.